Hello, welcome to another prompt from December. Today we are doing a paper bag handle and slow stitching. So I decided to rip this handle off of this paper bag that I had. And my thought process was I was going to unravel the handles to make like a strip of paper. So I wasn't quite sure if this would work, but it did. So I just cut the ends off where they were really glued tight, and then I kept twisting it to unravel what I thought would be one piece of paper, but it turned out to be two. And it was very much like raffia to me, the way the paper felt. So I edited some of this out because it took a while to unravel. And here when I kind of flatten it out, I knew I wanted to use this on a piece of ephemera. I wasn't quite sure how, but I knew I wanted to. So I wanted to create for this journal as well to remember was a bubble wrap tag. So it's kind of like a squishy tag with the bubble wrap in between. So here I am just using some packaging to cut out the shape of a tag that I need. And I was trying to figure out how will I wrap that bubble wrap. So I decided to put it in an envelope and then seal up the envelope and then cover the envelope with some decorative paper. So I decided to put it in the other way and then I cut off the excess and then I just glue the envelope closed so it will hold in that piece of bubble wrap. It's basically Amazon packaging, the bags that have like the bit of the bubble popping stuff inside. So once I had that done, then I had to decide what paper I wanted to use to cover it. At first I thought I would collage it, but then I decided I just wanted to use one solid piece of scrapbook paper after I cut it into the tag shape. So I decided on this bright cheery piece of paper, and it was just single-sided, I believe. So I trimmed it down to even up the edges here, and then I just lay my tag directly on the paper to figure out the size I would need. I didn't bother measuring here. And I like that sentiment that was on the paper. You'll see it in a bit. So I wanted to incorporate that so it showed on the one side of the tag. So here's my fancy way of measuring here. I just draw a line where I wanted the edge of my paper cut. And here I was going to cut it, and I flipped it around so I'd have a bigger scrap of paper to use for something else. It was a bit of trial and error, but I got it down to the size that I needed it to be. And then I just glued it loosely to the paper. Just to hold it down while I sewed it. Now I meant to slow stitch around the tag and I totally had an oh no moment and forgot. So I do machine stitch around it, but I meant to do like the embroidery slow stitch. So this tag wound up getting both. So once I just get it all trimmed down, then I kind of have to figure out what I want to do with the handle from the bag. So here I'm bringing in my sewing machine. I sewed around my tag, and I wasn't until I was totally finished with the bag handle and decorating the tag that I realized I forgot to do the slow stitch embroidery, so I had to go back in and do that. So in the end, I decided to use my sewing machine again. Once I found an image here, I thought I was going to use a flower. This is my Junk Journal Studio book of everything that I have. They're digitals, they're fussy cuts. So I thought I was going to use this flower with a piece of that handle, and then I decided I wanted to make a ruffle from it. So I take it back to my sewing machine, which I don't have as set up to show, and I sewed the paper ruffle you see there on the right hand side. And that took about 3 or 4 pieces of that handle to get just that short length. So here I'm playing around with what I want to do. And then I kind of change my mind and switch gears here. So I go looking for a sentiment, and then I realize I have a little drawer of these little sketches I have done. I did a distressed oxide background and on watercolor paper, and then I had been doodling on them. So I went through what I had there, and I decided to incorporate one of my own little sketches onto this tag. I thought the colors went very well. And then I decided to put the ruffle across the bottom and use the word create, which is what Ephemeramber is all about. Creating ephemera and thinking outside of the box and doing something different. I have never made a paper bag handle ruffle before, and I never made a bubble tag ruffle tag before either. So here I just assemble my tag, get it all glued together, and then I realized something was missing, which was my oh no moment. I forgot to do my slow stitching. But it was no big deal. I just went back in and stitched around both sides of my tag. And that was pretty much it for the prompt for me today. So rather simple. I created a paper ruffle to put on a tag and did the slow stitching around the edging, which will be coming up in a minute. And I got another prompt done. So I hope you get a chance to play along and check out everybody else's videos. Have a great day. Bye now.